This is and now we're live once again. What's going on, everybody? It's Elwood. Welcome back to Rock On Studio Live. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And as always, hopefully you are staying safe wherever you are watching from. Anybody else got the quarantine hair? I think I've gotten there. I don't think my hair has been this long since I was a kid. Even got the little cowlick that's coming back. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. And welcome to Happy Hour. Happy Hour here. But if you don't, grab yourself a cocktail. Enjoy one-on-one with all of your favorite artists and bands while we do this. And you want to check out past episodes, go ahead and do it. YouTube and Twitch. Just search Rock On Studio Live. Chris Motionless, Brent Smith of Shinedown, just did Gavin Rosdale from Bush. My man Lou Brutus has joined us. And we've had some fun. And we got a lot more planned, so make sure you subscribe. Rock On Studio Live on YouTube and Twitch. Just give it a click. Well, we are at Happy Hour, and actually my guest today, a good friend of mine who was actually the first guest on the show before we had our crap together. So we were talking. The music video wasn't out yet for the new single. He was still working out some acoustic jams, but now, just as he promised, he said once the video is out, once I figure out this acoustic stuff, I'll be back to hang out in the Rock On studio. So without further ado, one of my favorite men in metal, rock, hardcore, thrash, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Joe Cotela of DED. What's up, homie?
What's going on, brother?
I was about to say, if I don't have audio again, I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to lose my mind.
It was paused for a minute. What's going on?
Nothing, man. How's it going? Cheers.
Cheers.
What's in
out, man. To everybody out there. What's going on?
What's in the mug? What are we drinking?
I'm drinking some Seven Moons wine, which is Maria's favorite wine. So it's become my favorite as well. I love it, man. It's fantastic. Smooth.
That's funny how that works with couples, because like you, at least you have like Maria has a favorite wine. You get to drink that. My wife's a vegetarian, so all I get to do is eat plant-based foods. That's all I get to share. I don't get any delicious wine or anything. I get like fake turkey. You get delicious wine? Give me a break, man. Give me a break. But I'm glad you guys are both doing staying safe, staying healthy, man. It's awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, we are.
I'm going to give a shout out to 18th Street Brewery.
Okay.
Candy Crushable Pale Ale.
Ooh, that's cool. I love when they put that cool artwork on the side of beer cans, man. It's so cool. They're stepping up the game so high with that.
Lactose sugar added. What is lactose sugar? What do you think that is?
Like milk sugar? It's going to be a mess after
The day I'm having, I'm already happy. So Joe, last time we talked, the music video wasn't out yet, but now you finally got the big release on Noisy. A Mannequin Idol Lullaby. How does it feel to finally get that video out, man?
It's amazing, man. You know, we shot it a while ago now, just, with everything that's going on. It took a minute, but it's awesome to have it out. And, it's kind of like, supposed to be a reintroduction of us back into the world, because it's been such a long time for us to release stuff. So it's killer to have it out. And Mark Glassfeld's a fucking badass, and, he killed it. And so, I love having it out and having that new aesthetic and just new song. And there's something with the music video of having, seeing us play with the music and everything that's different than just releasing the music. So it's really cool to be able to put the visual to it. I love it, man. Yeah,
I was checking it out before, and I wanted to bring it up for anybody that doesn't know. What's behind the scenes in a music video? So obviously you're shooting it. You got cameras in your face. You have the lighting. You have everything going. So is there just speakers blasting your song, and you guys are kind of you just hear drums slamming? Like, how does that work out when you're filming it? Like, because no band's actually playing during the video, or are you actually playing and it's just dubbed out?
Yeah, no, you are kind of playing, but you're like air playing. Like, I'm still singing, and like the guys are still playing, but they're not really necessarily plugged in. And then Matt is playing though. So that's the thing, is like you have it as loud as it can be. But then you also need to be able to hear it over the drums. Like, he needs to be able to hear it while he's playing. So it's always like a balancing act, like trying to get it right, man. It can be hard for the first few times. And once you get it dialed in, it's cool. But then you're also like trying to give it your all, like the whole time. So, you're overexerting, and you're so sore by the time you're done with the day. It's absolutely crazy. But next time we do one, you should come hang out. You can watch it.
I'd love to. You mean you don't do it one take? What you got to turn into one take dead. That's what I am on a radio. One take Elwood. I'm out. That's all I do. Oh, you want to shoot a video? Yeah, you got one take. I'm out.
Good luck.
No, but awesome. Congratulations. I'm so glad it's out. It looks awesome. And yeah, you guys kind of premiered this new look when it was on one of the last legs of the DED tour, which is awesome. And where is that jacket right now? Is that your Friday night jacket? When does that come out? Only on stage?
I don't even know where that jacket is right now. It's probably in Arizona somewhere. Maybe it's here. You know what? I don't even know where it is, honestly, straight up. But I remember I started wearing that toward the end of last year, like on that, I think with that In This Moment, it was a Devil Wears Prada tour, and In This Moment, I think that's when I first started wearing it. And yeah, it's dope. It's a dope jacket. It feels awesome to be on stage with it, like flying around and shit. It just feels dope. I love it.
Yeah, until you're sweating your balls off. Did you wear that thing on the cruise ship? Like,
I wore it on the cruise ship too. Actually, I wore it
on the boat. You had that thing on? No way.
Yeah, but it was nice because it was like breezy and cold and shit. So yeah, it worked really good in that environment.
I always think about that. It's metal bands too. You have Slipknot and Mushroom Head and all these bands that you're on Ozfest and it's 110 degrees and humid, and here comes Slipknot in full bodysuits and masks. And I was watching their documentary, and they said that everyone thought when they first started that they were all banged up on drugs or drunk because they would all be throwing up the whole time. And Corey said he was throwing up because their body temperature was like 200 degrees. They didn't have per diems back then. So most of the guys in the band didn't eat for 2 days. And then you went out there and you wanted to die. So
I heard they used to practice in their basement with like space heaters around them with full uniforms on, and just like annihilate themselves at their practices. So that's how you got to condition it, man. I can't imagine playing in that mask, man. It'd be gnarly.
No, it's singing it, especially Corey out of all of it, trying to pull it out. That would be the hardest thing.
Yeah, crazy.
So how the hell? So what? First off, thank you so much for performing for our first ever happy hour performance. That is huge, and I'm so glad that you are the one doing it. Take us through the process of turning. I mean, what songs did you turn acoustic? Did you actually turn American Idol acoustic?
First off, too, I want to say this whole setup you guys came up with just looks so good, man. It's like a CNN like.
Oh, this is TV shit, man. This is real shit right here.
Yeah, like you guys dialed it in. I just got to give you a shout on that. I just took for the songs. I just took kind of the main chords, the main notes and stuff, and just kind of pulled it into chords and stuff like that, and just kind of turned it into something a little more chill. Like, so I'm not like. Underneath everything, it just doesn't match the same way on acoustic. So I just try to just chill it out and just make it into whatever it can be. So it's the two newer songs, Ice and Shut and American Idol.
Badass, man. Has DED ever done anything like acoustic before? Have you guys branched out into that and done a little VIPs or anything with it?
Like little stuff, and usually it's David playing guitar and me singing. But this is the first time ever in like I've been playing music in bands for like 15, 20 years now. I've never like played acoustic and sang until the last like 2 months. So it's kind of the first time of me doing it. I'll do it like when we're writing and stuff, like by myself. But so it's a little bit of a new thing to do it in public, I guess. But I'm getting stronger at it. Just like it's cool.
It's got to take you out of your comfort zone a little bit, though, man. You're used to being on stage, being a maniac, screaming. What was it like? A stepping out of your box, sitting down and stripping it down?
In a way, but honestly, I don't really get nervous, because whatever it's going to be, it's going to be, But it's just like it's just like I guess doing something it's something I've always done. Like I played and sang for forever because I write a lot of the songs like. With acoustic guitar. All of our stuff really is usually written on acoustic guitar first, or
very cool.
Other bands. So I've been doing it for a while. I just haven't done it in front of people. So it's just,
awesome.
Kind of taking a step back.
And for anybody that doesn't know, Joe passed me a line before we got started. I'm actually doing all the backup vocals. So if you hear an amazing voice of an angel in the background, that's actually me, just to let everybody know. Right? We figured that one out. I ain't singing shit, man. Oh man. Oh man. So did you see snow a couple weeks ago?
I did at like 2 in the morning. We were letting the dog out to go to the bathroom like 2 in the morning. It was snowing. It was crazy. Yeah,
In May.
like last week or something like that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy, dude. Yeah.
My favorite thing I saw on the internet was my biggest nightmare is having a murder hornet stuck in my mask while I'm shoveling snow in May. And I was like, that's where we are in our lives right now.
Is a murder hornet a
A
real
murder
thing?
Well, that's apparently a new thing that's coming our way, but it's not really a big deal.
Oh,
Don't get
sorry.
murder hornets are not coming, guys. Just wash your damn hands. That's all I ask. Oh my God. So you've been doing these a lot, huh? Who was your first one? Who was your first acoustic jam with?
I think it was on a publication called The Noise. I think that was the
Oh
first
yeah.
one I did. And then I did a little Twitch thing with Brandon from Atreyu. We just hung out and played songs together. I did a little Nirvana cover on there, and then I've done a couple, just with maybe a couple radio stations here and there, you know. And so there's only like the fifth or sixth one.
Have you noticed there is during this whole quarantine and bands doing live performances that a lot of people are doing Nirvana covers? It was like Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mud forced everybody else to go back to Nirvana records and go, I'm going to do a Nirvana cover now. Like it has been a big thing. Like a lot of bands are doing Nirvana covers, and no one ever did. Nobody ever did Nirvana covers.
I mean, I always have, but I just haven't. We just haven't played covers. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like maybe that's just like one of those bands where they're the reason a lot of people like got into bands and started playing guitar. I think like a lot of people, you know, because that's like what, you know, like 30 years ago or something like that. We were all like real young when it was coming out, and so yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Everyone learned their first power chord playing that song. That was it, right?
That's me. That's me. Absolutely. That. And then like you learn how to play Smoke on the Water, you know, Deep Purple.
Oh, I didn't get that far.
No?
No. I went from Nirvana to like Green Day. I was like, what else has power chords? Give me more of those ones. That's all I got to.
Yeah. I did Bush too, like Glycerine. And so I've been working on some Bush covers too. I don't know, you know, stuff like that from when you're a kid, but yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff, man. I've been messing around with some Jane's Addiction covers, some Filter covers, just Deftones, of course, covers, just some, you know, fun stuff. Like I'll see what ends up working out and feeling the strongest, you know.
Here's a question I got from somebody that I think is pretty interesting because people always want to know what's going on behind the scenes. And if you were going to do a cover song and you were actually going to rework that song and put it out, like we've seen from a lot of metal bands, Five Finger Death Punch does covers all the time. Alien Ant Farm got famous with their cover.
Yeah.
Do you have to go? Does an agent go to the original artist agent? How does that work? Saying, hey, I'm going to re-record your song and put it out. Are royalties always paid forever? Or is it like, I'm going to give you this money and I'm going to redo the song? Is there any background you can give people on that?
How does that work? We haven't done a cover yet, but I believe at this day and age, like back in the day, I think you had to get. I remember I did a Depeche Mode cover of "Enjoy the Silence" in like one of my first bands.
Wow, great song.
Yeah, we had to get approval for that, and that was like back in the day, though. So now I think the way it's set up is that you don't get any of the publishing of it. That all goes to the band.
Yeah,
so
all the writing.
You get certain things, but you more so get to use their song, and I think you utilize it as a platform for your other music and that kind of thing, or you just because you love it. But
would you,
you have to ask somebody like technically how to, you know, what exactly happens.
Well, would you give that type of advice to a new band that's trying to break their way in? I mean, how many times have we seen bands that are cover bands that end up becoming larger bands because they break into it doing a cover song? In this day and age, do you think that's still a good way to get your name known, get your videos hit, and get in, is by being an unknown band, playing a song that everybody knows?
Yeah, well, I mean, it worked. I think it was really powerful for I Prevail, and it was really powerful for Bad Wolves, both, and they, you know, it worked for them. And then there's probably other bands too. So I think it can work if you do a good job. You know, if you do if you do justice to the song and it turns into your own interpretation of it and it works, then yeah, it can be great. and it's not going to hurt you, I don't think so.
Yeah, one of my favorite albums was I think they'd done a couple of them, When Punk Goes Pop, and it was punk and hardcore bands doing like top 40 songs, and some of them ended up being some of my favorite covers that were ever done. I Day to Remember did Kelly Clarkson. I remember that was really big. If anybody doesn't know I Prevail, they got on the map with a Taylor Swift song. Right. And that's what made me think, like, you cover Taylor Swift and you have 20 million views on YouTube. You would think Taylor Swift's people would be knocking on the door going, time to pay up. Like it's Taylor Swift. You can't just steal a Taylor Swift song and rock it out and not expect anything. That's what I feel like, you know?
Sure. And I don't know how that works exactly behind the scenes, like with monetizing YouTube and stuff. But I mean, you know, I haven't heard anything like any sort of like, you know, they're in trouble for anything. So I guess it's fine. You know, I guess they dotted their I's and crossed their T's or whatever with it, you know.
All right. You want to do a song? You want to rip one?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Let's do one now. All right, everybody, hold up your cocktails. Welcome to Happy Hour Live on Rock On Studio with Joe Cotela from DED. If you have not checked out the new music video yet, you need to do it. A Mannequin Idol, The Lullaby, is out now. I actually have it shared up on the Q Rock Facebook page. You can see it afterwards, but are you doing that one first or are we doing Ice on Shut?
I'll do that one first.
All right, so without further ado, first ever Happy Hour performance. Cheers. Grab your cocktails. I give you Joe Cotela from DED.
Cool. Give me one good reason I feel fucking sick. Such a bad taste in my mouth when I'm in the thick of it. You don't love what I love. You don't know my hate. Fill me up with bitterness. Tell me not to break. Fire in the eyes, I despise the whole damn thing. Full of lies in the ordinary. Demise I deny and now defy. You just want a pretty face to sing you a song, a lullaby that turns you on, but it's all so vain, so criminal. Do you really want a mannequin idol? I just can't believe in all these hypocrites, fake as fuck identities thrown into the mix. You don't love what I love. You don't know my hate. Take all the integrity, torch it up in flames. Fire in the eyes, I despise the whole damn thing. Full of lies in the ordinary. The demise I deny and now defy. You just want a pretty face to sing you a song, a lullaby that turns you on, but it's all so vain, so criminal. Do you really want a mannequin idol? Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something I don't know. 'Cause you just want a pretty face to sing you a song, a lullaby that turns you on, but it's all so vain, so criminal. Do you really want
Hey!
All right.
I had no idea when you strip that song down how beautiful it can come out doing that acoustic, man. And
Cool. Thank
it's
you.
unbelievable job. Joe Cotela of DED with the new single American Idol out now. Make sure you're requesting it to all your local rock radio stations. And if they're not playing it, they're doing something wrong. So tell them to get on the damn train. That's so awesome to be able, because if for somebody that doesn't know, if I played them that and said, listen to this beautiful song, they would be like, God, the lyrics are just so intense. It's beautifully done. And then I'm like, okay, here's the song. And then I play them the actual song. They'd be blown away. The difference is with the two, man. It's amazing you could take a track like a Mannequin Idol and strip it down and have it come out so beautiful, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that, man. That's cool. Yeah, like that's what I think. Like if you're gonna do it acoustic, I think just go acoustic with it and not really try to keep it as the other song, you know, like just make it its own vibe, you know. So thank you, bro.
Unbelievably done, man. Unbelievable. And for everybody that's watching and may have heard the song and hasn't really got into the lyrics, when a band does their song acoustic like that, it brings even more emotion to the track. And you could really feel where they're coming from with the lyrics. And I think that's one of the major things that highlights it for me, man. Cool. Joe knows, don't ask me my opinion on music because I'll break it down.
We talk music so much. I love it, man. I love how passionate you are about it, man. It's amazing. It's awesome.
Well, here's a funny story. Joe sent me a couple tracks. He wasn't supposed to, but he did. So I got to hear a couple of the new DED songs. What? And he was like, what'd you think? And I was like, hey, man, I'm not going to cover this in a text message. I'll email you. And I can only imagine your face like, what's a shithead going to say about all these songs? But I didn't want to be that guy where you open up your text and it's like, and you can't even figure out what the hell's going on anymore, you know? So I was like, I'll email you. But I love it. It's what I do, man. It's what I do.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. So we got 2 songs off of the new record, which even being Joe's friend, he still won't tell me when it's going to be out. So we won't have any information there. But at least we got 2 songs. Eyes Sewn Shut is the second one. You need to change any tune or are you good?
No, it should be cool. Yeah, it should be good.
All right. Before we get started, give us a little background. Eyes Sewn Shut. Like writing process. What's the song about behind you, man?
Yeah, it's this is the first one we recorded of all the new songs. So which is really cool. This was like when we went out to meet Kevin Churko in Vegas and we met him, and the first one we wrote together and worked on, and so it was really exciting once this one came back. We're like, oh, this is dope. So it was what solidified us, you know, deciding to go out and work with him as well as him liking working with us. So it's special in that sense, and it's also special in the sense of like you know, it's a heavy song to me about consciousness and about individuality and being strong and being yourself and looking at yourself and trying to become the best version of yourself that's possible. I mean, that's what a lot of my lyrics are. The songs are heavy and aggressive and frustrated, but it's also supposed to have like an empowerment to it. You know, that's been my favorite thing about metal and rock and hardcore is that it's heavy and aggressive, but there's usually a positive vibe to it. So that's kind of the background.
Yeah, and we've never even got into that on the air or on the show. If you don't follow Joe and DED on all the socials, definitely hit him up. And you are definitely a spokesperson for motivating people and for mental health. And I always see you post up pictures about staying strong and overcoming struggles and keep looking forward. And that's something that's really close to you then, not only for your fans, but for anybody that's out there listening.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super close. And you know, just like anybody, I've gone through my bouts and had some really rough times with anxiety and depression and like realizing that it's happening to you and it's this weird time. And then you read about it a lot. You read about it and you turn that knowledge into power and it strengthens you. And I know a lot of other people deal with it, you know, and through all that reading and everything, you realize a lot of people deal with a lot of shit. And so I know a lot of people are dealing with it, and I have kids and fans talk to me about it all the time. So I know it's happening everywhere, you know, and we all have rough times, especially right now. This is a crazy time. So I think more than ever, it's important to talk about it and to have people, you know, if people look up to me or they don't, whatever it is, but to have people that you see understand that they're going through a hard time, but then they're having a positive mindset with it. Hopefully it inspires other people, you know, that's what it is.
That's great, man. It's really sad right now because I've talked to fans and I know for a fact that concerts were such a release to so many people, not only because you get to see your favorite bands and interact in the live music, but a lot of us have that concert family where we don't really talk about anything else except music and concerts, but we see each other at concerts all the time. So you become like this weird degenerate family that we have our own little circle at shows and at club shows and big shows, and you bank on seeing each other all throughout the year, and that kind of keeps you stable. And we haven't had any of that in 2.5 months. So I know a lot of people have reached out and said, like, not only can I not wait to get to a concert, I can't wait to see my mosh pit family, or now that I'm 38, it's called the back bar family because we don't go close anymore. We like go to the back bar and sit there. Don't lie.
Master calls it mosh retirement. I love
mosh retirement.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm such a radio prick sometimes that it's like, this ticket's just GA. There's no like section for me to go to. Well, I got to go down there. Oh, it sounds so bad. No, but it is true. You get to those club shows, you reach a certain age where you hang out at the back bar. You know what I like to say? I like to be near the sound guy because you know that's the best it's going to sound, right in front of the sound guy.
Cop out. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Oh, shut up. All right. All right. Without further ado, happy hour special with Joe Cotela from DED. He's going to do another track right now, Eyes Sewn Shut, off the new record, which he'll never tell us when it's coming out, but at least we're getting a stripped down version of it. So cheers. Here's Joe.
Yeah. All right. Disgusting, I'm nothing like you, make it hurt. Take me to the limit, I wanna live it. Come in and cut it, I won't stop until I'm finished. Do your worst. Cause I won't be a slave and waste away, living every day with my eyes sewn shut. The world decays, I'll remain. Tell me, have you had enough? Living with your eyes sewn. I am not your martyr, I'm going harder. Pushing through the wall, I won't be silent. Still make me violent, you get what you deserve. Take out all the stitches and see the vision. It's only your decision if you wanna be in this prison. Put them in the dirt. Cause I won't be a slave and waste away, living every day with my eyes sewn shut. The world decays, I'll remain. Tell me, have you had enough? Living with your eyes sewn. Still a mental masturbation, fake it till you make it. There's no need for you to wake up. Are you even there? Cause I won't be a slave and waste away, living every day with my eyes sewn shut. The world decays, I'll remain. Tell me, have you had enough? Living with your eyes sewn. I won't be a slave and waste away, living with your eyes sewn, living with your eyes sewn shut.
Hey, wow, stripping that one down. I love how you did that. That had to be a process of thinking out how to rework that acoustically, and you know that.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I did. I tried just I was just like, I'm just going to tackle it from a completely new way. So yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Joe Cotela from DED live in the Rock On studio, and 2 acoustic songs, and we'll have these links up, obviously. If you haven't subscribed yet, get your ass on it. You're on YouTube, just search for Rock On Studio Live on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and all that fun stuff where you can find us everywhere for exclusive content, interviews, plus live performances like this. And Joe, I'm very honored because when all of this gets really big and I actually make money and we actually have fun, I'll always know that you were the first live performance on my new show.
Dude, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, you can tell me that. You can tell me that. That's
bragging rights. That's bragging rights for me, actually. So
well, sorry to burst the bubble, bro, but I don't think I'm ever going to get there. But at least we'll stay that. Oh man, I just love hanging out with you. It's always a good time.
You too, brother. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, cheers to everybody, and I can't thank everybody enough. I will continue to crush these candy crushables. And Joe's got his delicious wine. This ain't too bad though, too.
Beautiful. We do drink Corona too. We're just out of it. I drank it all the other night. So
I don't think I've heard. I honestly don't think I've heard anyone say that in an interview in the last 2.5 months. Oh yeah, we drink Corona, tons of it. I almost did this. That would have been bad.
It was the virus, but I was making pina coladas with tequila too. It just snuck up on me. My hand was too heavy, man. So
I found out this cool thing the other day. Speaking of happy hour, I was talking to one of the local bar owners, and he actually went down to Mexico, and you can get your own barrel of tequila, of Patron. It comes out to 348 bottles, but you go down there and you test 100 different tequila types. Wow. So obviously you're having little sips. Once you get it down to 10, you go back to Mexico, you try another 10, then you get it down to the one you want. Then they start the process of the guavo and everything else, and they age it. They store the barrel for you. Once the tequila is ready, they bottle it. It's 348 bottles of Patron, but it's your Patron. So you actually design the bottle. So it's a Patron bottle, but your name is on it. Everything about you can be your business or personal. And then you have 348 bottles of Patron, and he did it. So he's got, and it's funny because he owns a bar. So he got it for his bar, and he actually got all the bottles 2 days before everything got shut down. So now he's sitting on 350 bottles of Patron. But it's like, damn. But I didn't know you can do all that. I've been to the Jack Daniel's distillery. I have my own bottle of Gentleman's Jack with my name engraved on it and everything made there. But I didn't know they did that for tequila in Mexico too.
I had no idea. I can't believe I didn't hear that because like Jose Mangan too is like a huge tequila guy, and like I can't believe he hasn't like done that before. I don't know. Whatever.
He probably it's because he's pushing his own. Doesn't he have his own tequila?
He might. I don't know if he has his own brand or not. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, maybe he did the same thing. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I need my own. You
do need your. I was gonna say like you're talking about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever thought about endorsements with alcohol or other things? You guys running with some right now, correct? For all your gear.
Oh yeah, we're with Schecter right now, and the guys have different things. I think David's with Kyle's with Schecter, David's with PRS, and Matt's with a couple different things. But yeah, as far as like drinking goes, yeah, we talked about making like an IPA or something because we're all IPA fans. But and we did release a Misanthrope wine on the last album cycle too, which we're talking about maybe doing a mannequinized wine as well. So we're figuring that out. So
that's awesome.
It's what we into.
Yeah, I saw Randy from Lamb of God just put out a non-alcoholic beer, the first ever metal collaboration for a non-alcoholic beverage.
That's actually hard, dude. That's actually I mad respect on that. That's cool.
Yeah, I love you, Randy, but I ain't drinking it. I'm sorry. This is not gonna happen. Oh, I mean, I'll take a sip, but I'm not gonna be burping and beer pissing from non-alcoholic beer. Let's be honest, man. No, but I think that's cool. I talked about this in an article that is actually coming out next week. Hint, there's an article coming out that I did. And one of the questions was asked about active rock format and what radio DJs and more can do a better job of to promoting bands in the active rock format. I mean, obviously back in the day, crossover was where it's at. If your band crossed over to top 40, you did it. I mean, Nirvana did it. Guns N' Roses did it. Motley Crue did it. That was the ballot time when they were all putting out ballots because they all wanted to be on a top 40 station. And one of the things that we need to do better is really getting in promotions. I feel like you have pop stars, they're on Pepsi commercials. They're all over YouTube ads and stuff. It's like, why aren't we having our rock guys do that? They all have the look. They all stand out. But someone dropped the ball somewhere when it comes to highlighting them on a national basis. You know, yeah. I think Maria does a phenomenal job. Maria is an icon. Everyone knows what she looks like. Everyone knows her style. But I feel like a lot of guy bands and stuff, they fall through the cracks when it comes to being highlighted in national ads and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I can see that for sure. And I wonder if that date, it just kind of goes back to like the ethos behind rock and punk and metal and stuff, is like the selling out, you know, type of thing. Like if you're on a Pepsi commercial, you're a sellout. But also the times have changed too. You know, it's like it's a hard time for a lot of musicians and everything. Like you're not selling albums the same way you used to and stuff. So maybe we'll get over that soon. I'm not sure, but you know, there's like that. I think there's that like that sellout thing, and there's certain things. I think if it's a brand that you enjoy, that you do endorse, that you truly are into, then there's nothing wrong with it. If I was doing it with something that I wasn't into, though, then it would be selling out. You know what I mean? But if it was for, you know, something I enjoy that I actually am into and I use on a daily basis, I don't see what would be wrong with it. You know, that's my thought on it.
When I got into this business, I said, I'll change my name to Sellout if you want to pay me. Like I was that, but I'm DJ Sellout. You're going to pay me? I'll sell out all you want, bro. I'll sell out to the day I die. 9 Inch Nails. Come get it.
Hell yeah.
No, but also I think another big thing was magazines, posters. If you think back to when we were young and other bands, you'd walk into a 14, 15-year-old kid's room and his room was slapped up with posters everywhere from his favorite rock stars. You had Headbangers Ball, you had Metal Hammer, you had, even Kerrang now and stuff. There used to be all this print. And I remember because my dad owned a 7-Eleven when I was growing up, and I used to work at a 7-Eleven, and I used to wait for the new magazines to come in, and he'd have the whole magazine racks, and you'd see all your favorite bands on all the magazine covers. And I really feel like losing all that print really stripped away a lot of the image of seeing all your favorite bands. Now it's, yes, you can go on Facebook and stuff, but let's be honest, a lot of the older demographic, they're not on Facebook. Mm-hmm. They're not on watch. Some of your biggest fans, like, don't lie. I have plenty of rock radio fans that are 50s and in their 60s, and they're not watching this right now. They don't have Facebook. They don't got time for Facebook. But if they're at the store and they see you on a cover of a magazine, they're going to buy that magazine, you know? So it goes both ways. I'm just really thinking about ways to continue to not only highlight bands, but also groom younger bands to bring them up to be future headliners. Yeah,
absolutely. That's cool. There needs to be people like you in the business trying to do that, trying to do it for the scene and do it for the music and shit. It's important.
It's got it, man.
That's why you're the man, dude.
That's why they pay me no dollars, baby. That's it. No, but anybody, make sure to always call your local rock radio station, message them, all your favorite bands, get them on the air, play them, and you know what happens next? That radio station will play that band. Then they'll bring that band on. If they're good, they'll bring that band in for an interview, and then they'll bring that band in for a show. And that's the process. And then the band comes back the next year, interview, bigger show, interview, bigger show. Then the band gets too big and they forget about you, and then you move on to the next band.
No. That's the circle of life. Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. It's so bad.
Not my style, man. Not my style. No rock star bullshit.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Joe, is there anything left you want to tell your fans?
Nah, just go check out that video. The Mannequin Idol video is out, and thank you guys for the positive comments and support on it. And everybody stay safe and do your part. Continue to do your part. You know, it feels like the clouds are parting here and the sun's about to come out. So hopefully that happens sooner than later. But we just got to keep staying on the straight and narrow.
Only America would decide when a pandemic is over because they're bored.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We gotta be smart about it. So
yeah. For everybody out there listening too, make sure you wash your hands and take care of yourself. All we wish is that you and your family and your friends stay healthy. And guess what? The longer we stay home and the better job we do at it, the faster those concert families will be back up against that barricade, and you'll be seeing all your family again. We will get there. It's going to take some time, but we will get there. I promise you that. Cheers, everybody. That is another episode of Rock On Studio Live. Tune in and subscribe to the page. Never miss an interview. Never miss a performance. Have a great day. I love you all. As always, stay metal. Peace.